I stopped making them completely. It was more like hack trolling. My channel got banned for something I didn't do, and I knew exactly how to format that piqued people's attention. Oh yeah, I'm a huge target. It's over for the server. It's gone, destroyed. Worst experience of my life.
Hello everyone, welcome to Rec Talk. Today we've got a special guest, BearDaBear.
Hello, I'm Bear. Most of you probably know me from videos and games I make on Rec Room. That's about it.
Okay, so I was looking before we did this. I was looking at your channel, and there is a very stark switch. I don't know, maybe like 2 years ago or something like that. You're doing these little, almost shorts. I mean, they're shorts, pretty much.
Yeah, pretty much.
And then all of a sudden, I think it's really, with the creepiest account in Rec Room, right? That was like the first, or was it not?
Not really, but yeah.
Or was it the broke Rec Room?
There was a switch there, pretty much. Yeah, it was that.
That was it. Okay, all right. So it's just like there was just such a hard switch. I guess my first question is, where did that hard switch come from?
Yeah, so I started at YouTube like 5 years ago on a completely different channel where I was doing these.
That's what I thought.
These Roblox videos. That's actually where my username comes from, BearDaBear. That comes from a player I saw in an Undertale Roblox game, very specific. His name was Bear Plays HD, and I was trying to think of a new name because I wanted to make a new account, and so I just named myself Bear Plays. Just straight up stole that, and
You're like,
when I got on Rec Room. Yeah, and when I got on Rec Room, I renamed myself from Bear Plays to Bear Plays the Bear. Just, I don't know why I did that. I don't really remember. It was just to like spice it up a bit. And then I thought, that's way too long. I'll change it to Bear the Bear. Just remove the plays part because that's kind of cringe today. And when I would do that, it would replace the R at the end of my name with ... And I was like, how can I shorten this? Like, there's no way to. Oh, I'll replace the with DA.
Da.
And that's how I got this username. So this is pretty much at the exact limit than what the system does to add ... at the end. So that was a little anecdote.
What's up with the apostrophe? What's with the apostrophe?
Oh, the apostrophe. Right. Okay. So yeah. So the way the friends list on Rec Room is sorted is alphabetically with Unicodes. Like the first character that is listed is the apostrophe. So I do that to
go to the front.
So promoters use it a lot to appear at the top of your friends list. And I just saw that and wanted to do it as well because when you would search someone's username on Rec Room, it used to not come up with the actual @name. It would come up with the display name, which is very flawed. And I complained about it in the video partner Discord. And so they fixed it like a few months or a month later. So I didn't really need it anymore to show up at the top of the list, but then I realized that I can use it to advertise my game like promoters do. Like it's really smart because if you have a lot of people added on your friends list, they will all see that you're active in a specific room and they'll want to join you or want to check out that room.
You'll be at the top of the list.
So I usually just exactly. So I usually just AFK in my room and let people join in and flood the instances and it just promotes my games a lot.
I have like 5 questions that came from what you just said. Okay.
Okay, we'll wait on that. I really need to get back to the videos thing because we deviated a little.
Go ahead. Real quick, I just want to remind you guys to subscribe to this channel so we can keep making this show and making it bigger and better. Thank you.
Right, so I had a Roblox channel, and then from that, I took a giant break from YouTube, but I've always, since I knew about the internet, always wanted to make YouTube videos. And I was playing Rec Room, and I discovered that people make YouTube videos on Rec Room, which was really interesting to me because it didn't seem like a really big game to make content on that would be worth it.
Right.
So I made my channel, didn't really take it seriously. I would upload like not skits, just like random things that popped into my head every now and then. And I would just make random videos ranting about things. For example, I made a video ranting about when they revamped the Maker Pen UI, when that was really annoying because they did it instantly and they cut off a lot of muscle memory for people. It's a lot better now. Like I would never want to go back to the 3D.
Right.
This is a lot better. Not optimized, but a lot better. And I went from that to creating these short, like 5-second, 8-second videos, but I wouldn't upload them to the shorts because those weren't really as well known at the time.
Right, makes sense.
And I just didn't really know how to use them. So I just uploaded a video called "When You Go Online" or something like that. It's what really like kicked off the format. The thumbnail was just a screenshot of the 3D messages tab when the old 3D watch was out. It was the blue messages tab with the little letter icon and the text messages. And above it was notifications, like 99 notifications. So it like big number, like it looked interesting. So people would click. And it's the first video that did like better than anything I made until this point. I think it got like 15,000 views at first. And then I realized something ticked. And I realized that is like
something that's working.
Well, I guess something didn't really tick. It's a little complicated. I know I wrote the whole story out somewhere.
You noticed the pattern.
I went from that to watching, not even kidding, I watched every single podcast that Mr. Beast has ever been in.
Oh, Lord.
And he unironically gives some insane advice. Like,
I mean, he
really,
does.
Really good advice. Yeah. I watched all of those, and I figured it out. From there, just trial and error, until I just figured out the whole thing. And so I kept making these little short videos, and I knew exactly how to format them in a way that piqued people's attention. You give as less context to the video as possible. For example,
really?
Let's say circuiteering is way more popular than it is in Rec Room. Like everyone knows about it. I'll take your avatar, I'll put it on the thumbnail, and I'll title the thumbnail "This Rec Room user is insane" or something like that. Not the best circuiteer in Rec Room because that's specific. This Rec Room user is insane. Someone would look at that and they'll go, "Wait, I know about Rec Room. The most insane Rec Room user. I'm gonna click on that. I want to see what he's talking about. Like I know about Rec Room. I don't really see much about that. I want to see what he's talking about." So they click. And they just watch through. It's the most important part of the video is the title and thumbnail, then the video and like the first 10 seconds. You have to, if you have a good video but not a good title and thumbnail, the video doesn't matter because the viewer doesn't watch it in the first place. So in my case, I just did it as I could provide it as least context as possible, so people would click because they're interested to know more. That's pretty much what that whole thing revolved around. And then I remember Chubby Your Snail contacted me, and he was like amazed by this insane spike in views on my channel on this random content. I was pretty much a nobody. So Chubby Your Snail saw that. He contacted me, and then he made this video talking about how the format could be a problem, but also how I'm really smart. I'm not.
You figured out something.
And that video kind of like marked the point where I was like, this isn't gonna last. This format thing, it's doing really, really well right now, but I know for a damn fact it's not gonna last. And it didn't. I remember the more I uploaded them, they were still getting insane views, 100,000, 50,000, 70,000, but I saw it slowly going down, ever so slightly, and I knew that something was up. I stopped making them completely. And from that entire experience, I learned a lot about how YouTube works, and how people react to title and thumbnails, how people react to the first 10 seconds of a video. I learned a lot from that, and all that knowledge that I gathered, I just put it into long form. There wasn't really I'm gonna make long form now. It wasn't like a big announcement thing or like a big thing where like a shift or a turn a new page or something like that. It was never that. It was like, I feel like making something else today. I think the first real long form was, I can't remember. Rec Room But I'm Big was a video inspired by Slab, but I can't remember if that was before all the short videos or after. But it was either Rec Room But I'm Big, which was pretty bad, or I Think I Broke Rec Room. That video was perfect. It's exactly what I described the whole time. Vague title, vague thumbnail. It's a picture of a basketball that's like a little corrupted, and the text "Oh no" on both sides to like signify something wrong happened. That's inspired from Backstage Streams. I love that YouTuber. It was just perfect. It was perfect. It was exactly what was needed to pique a user's attention. And also, the reason I picked a basketball for the thumbnail, for niche games like Rec Room, you need to really make the title and thumbnail as recognizable as possible. For example, early on, if I were to put my Rec Room avatar in a thumbnail,
nobody would know you.
It would, nobody knows. Like, nobody would really care to click. Like, who is that guy? I've never seen him before. Right. But if you put a Rec Room Maker Pen, everyone's seen that. Everyone knows the blue Rec Room Maker Pen. That's like the main thing about Rec Room.
Everybody that's familiar with Rec Room.
Yeah. So yeah, you put the most familiar looking thing, and it appeals to the most amount of people possible. So that's what kicked that off. And so I just kept going from there. I made a part 2 to that, and then I got admin in Rec Room. I tried making things that no one really made before. Like, I got admin in Rec Room, pretty much admin trolling, not seen that on Rec Room before, even though there's like so much potential for it. There's tons of popular games, tons of popular creators. So I started that with a friend. His name's Joke Sulena, and he made a troll menu for me, and I directed him on like what to add and stuff like that. So he did that, and so I featured it in a video, and I contacted a bunch of Rec Room creators, and I asked them, hey, can I get moderator in this room or maker pen in here temporarily to do a video on it? You'll get advertisement, I'll get a video out of it, win-win for everyone. So a lot of them said yeah, and I got on these really popular games, and I just kept snowballing from there, making concept after concept. Rec Room's creepiest account you mentioned earlier, that was another concept. I just saw this guy in the rec center, he looked really interesting, and I was like, Rec Room myths would be interesting to add into Rec Room, because Roblox had this period where there were a bunch of Roblox accounts that were mysterious. They had mysterious games, lore, and stuff like that. So I thought, this guy looks like he's trying to do the same thing. So I click on his account. He has one room, and it's filled with tiny little secrets. And I was like, oh my god, this is perfect. And so I made a video on that, and I made like 4 parts. Yeah.
It was really good for community interaction also, from what I could tell. Like, it was very good for, like, you're doing a stream, you're all kind of working together to try to find what's up with that and everything. So I think
those streams were crazy. 200 viewers, 250 viewers at once. Everyone was interested. It's pretty much the whole gist of why I went into long form.
So many questions come from that. I want to start back, though. You said that you started on Roblox. You had videos in Roblox. Were they anywhere? Were you somebody who is known Roblox YouTube wise, or you don't?
No, not really. Okay. Although there were a few opportunities where I was like, this could go crazy, this could go big. Okay, you know what? I'll just let me plan this in my head for a bit. 1 second. All right. So I started a channel called Bear Plays. It was a Roblox channel, but at the very start, I wasn't doing Roblox. I was doing really like, oh my god, I would go to these Undertale versus real life videos where they would. I was 10 at the time, and they would put a picture of an Undertale character and then a picture of a cosplay next to it, and it was just a compilation like that. I would unironically just screen record and re-upload them as my own. It was horrible. And I would do that for like 3 videos. Okay. It was, oh my god, I remember it now.
Yo, we all do some
and then
stuff.
From there,
you know what I mean? I get it. Like when you start, I get it.
Yeah. I went from that to actual Roblox content. It was Roblox exploiting in specific. I was into that a lot.
So similar to what you do in Rec Room in a way, like with the breaking it and no
on a more TOS friendly level on Rec Room, yeah. On Roblox, it was more like actual cheats. Like you would actually just cheat in the game. Except I wouldn't like give myself a disadvantage in like an FPS game. Although I did do that once. I can't say that. It was more like hack trolling. So I would go into these games and just like troll with hacks. It was It was pretty it wasn't really that crazy. It was just I was having fun. And that.
Well, I would think because that would make me go. I would assume before you were verified that you would probably go that direction of doing like hacks and stuff and doing that in Rec Room. And then I know, like now, like I saw in your thing, you're like, I want to be VMod. But like if you did hacking stuff and you were known as the hacker guy, they would not let you do that, of course. So
right, yeah.
So
you would think that, yeah, but
oh, maybe not. Okay.
the reason I did it on Roblox was because of how well known exploiting is on Roblox. Like compared to Rec Room, Roblox, like 20% of the community of the entire Roblox community uses exploits. Like it's if you search Roblox in the search bar on YouTube and space, half of the options are about Roblox exploiting. It's insane. It's promoted to a bunch of people. Compared to Rec Room, which is pretty innocent game. No one, like a very small part of the community does that type of stuff, and they hurt the majority. But it's a really small part, and it's not advertised. It's not like, oh, you can get this for free. Here's how to easily hack. And also Rec Room. The reason people would do it on Roblox is because the reason people would do it on Roblox was because there were really high quality games where people would get really frustrated playing them and really just wanted to get to the top. Rec Room doesn't really have that yet. It is getting there, but it doesn't have that yet. So that's why it was so popular on Roblox. So I never went that direction on Rec Room.
Gotcha. Well, that's a good thing, though, because I don't think you would have been able to get verified if you had. So
yeah, no, definitely not.
But speaking of hackers, I want to talk about Confront, right? Confront or Confront?
Yeah, it's actually I get triggered when people say that.
Oh, sorry.
It's confront. Like
It
we
is
just replaced
confront.
the letter C in confronting.
It is confront. Okay, I didn't know if it was.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't know. Okay, I won't say it that way. But anyway, that and I don't know if you can speak about both because I definitely want to learn about the creation of that. I know you've been working on it for a while and everything, but also trying to do events with hackers because that's something I've wanted to do, but I almost don't even want to go through the effort of trying being verified. You're pretty sure that somebody is going to show up and like start messing around.
I'm a huge target. And the whole thing about me being a target evolves from a whole different thing and a whole other different thing. It's insane. The first thing you asked was it any big as what I do today? No. It was maximum I would get like 2,000 views a video, which is still good for like an 11-year-old. Like, oh my god.
Oh yeah, dude.
Yeah. I had
This show
multiple
won't
Roblox
even get
channels.
2,000.
I had Jesus. Sorry about that. Maybe the advice I'm giving you right now would help.
Do what? I'm sorry.
Maybe the advice I'm giving right now would help.
Oh, I honestly don't think the audience is big enough to go. But anyway, maybe eventually it'll get there, or maybe not.
I believe that on YouTube, no matter what you make content on, if you advertise it correctly, title and thumbnail, presentation, it'll get the views. You'll get the player base. You'll get the viewer base.
Interesting.
Even if the small niche nobody knows about it, you can still advertise it in a way that will gather people to that niche and add them to the niche. That's what I'm trying to do with Rec Room. I'm trying to grow the player base myself.
Okay. Interesting.
So that there's more viewers to.
That's a big goal.
I had 2 Roblox channels. One where I would do that, 2,000 views, whatever. I gave up on that. And then another where I would live stream every day, except the viewer count, like, oh my god, sorry. The viewer count, like, quintupled with every live stream, and it went on for a week until my channel got banned for something I didn't do, which was really sad. I think there was really somewhere to go there. Somehow? I think my highest stream was like 100 viewers, and it went from 100 to 20 for like 2 days, 100 back to back, and then it stopped there because the channel got deleted, and then I completely gave up on that. I got rid of all my.
If bots weren't involved, what were you doing, or were bots involved? Like somebody else botting you. That's happened to me before.
No. The chat was very active. There were people interacting.
What were you doing?
I knew it wasn't bots. Okay. I was playing a Roblox game called Bubblegum Simulator, and I was live streaming every day, where I would do giveaways and I would do mini games and I would do a bunch of stuff where I would trade people in game if they win a mini game. I did, like in the big map, we would play hide and seek. Like, not integrated mini games into the game officially. Just like I would go into one part of the map, others would go hide, and the last person I found, I would trade them and give them a good pet.
Almost like a more community interaction. Almost.
Exactly.
Gotcha.
That was kind of like what I do today.
Yeah.
I didn't think about that.
So the game, Confront. What?
Right. Yeah. Confront.
I've played it. It's pretty smooth.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I mean, what can you say about it? What can you tell people about it if they don't already know?
Confront was one of my 70,000 projects that I've just like developed and then gave up on. I have tons of those. I have so many projects that I poured actual weeks into that I just never did anything with. I saw a little spark in that game. I was like, that one, I really want to finish that one. So the main problem for it was that I couldn't find a good circuiteer to help me like finish it. Gotcha. I went through like 5 until I found the right ones. His ad name is YEET Yeet. He's the main circuiteer, and then there's another secondary circuiteer at A. He's like
I've heard of
the most
A
popular
before.
creators on Reddit.
I've heard of A.
Yeah. Total, we spent like 6 months on that room, but actively working was 2 months. So the 2 months leading up to the release was the actively working part, and now we're updating it daily, and it's my best performing room ever. I remember I opened a new account. I checked the most popular tab, and I was shocked to see Confront #1, and then my other room Doors #2.
Well, there you go.
Two of my games were holding the #1 and #2 spot.
Well, dude, I mean, that's good, though. I mean, like you said, you're trying to expand. So, I mean, that's good. Quality games, I guess, the way you would do that, right?
Mm-hmm.
You did say something that was a little bit shocking when we first got in here, which is that you don't do circuits. I thought with the games you have and the quality that they are, I thought that you would have done that. You would have done circuits. So you just do modeling or not modeling, but what's it called? Building or?
When I started creating games on Rec Room, I don't think I had any talent whatsoever. I think it was pure luck for the first few rooms One of my first ever rooms was called Speedrun Climber. That game got on the hot page for 2019, and that was really big for me. But I think that was pure luck. Like, I don't see how that room could have attracted that many people. So that devolved into me creating a room called Madness Combat PvP, which was the room that launched me into room creation on Rec Room. But even then, I don't think I was really that good. The main thing I would focus on would be gameplay and how fun the game is. And then I would get other people to like do the circuits, do the building. I tried learning circuits a lot. I tried. Can't do it. Can't understand anything. It's so complicated for me.
Really?
I feel like maybe it's because I already have like a lot to do. Everything around circuits I do, except for building. YouTube, Discord engagement, 7,000 people in my Discord. That's
too much.
I still can't wrap my head around that. Yeah, that's too much, and I'm pretty much the only person moderating it.
It's gonna.
Because if you hire more
that's
staff,
too much.
you have to be. Yeah, if you hire more staff, you have to be really, really, really careful because people love to steal accounts on Discord. And if one of your staff gets hacked, it's over for the server. It's gone, destroyed. It's really dangerous. So if you hire someone, you really need to make sure their account is secure and they know what they're doing. So yeah, I don't do circuits, and building, don't do that either.
So what do you do?
I'm good at making things look nice. So when I build, it doesn't look complicated, but it looks nice. Like, it looks presentable.
Right.
What I do audio design, graphic design. You can see the graphic design from my thumbnails. You can see like the curve in talent, or not talent, experience. I do UI in Studio. Pretty much everything in between building and circuits. Oh, and promotion, I guess. Okay. I guess that counts.
That actually makes sense. I didn't quite understand what there was other than building or circuits. But when you put it, like, I get what you mean, especially with the gameplay.
Right. Yeah.
At one point, I went through, there was like all the most popular games in Rec Room during this 1 month. It was like the top earning rooms and everything. And I looked at them and I was like, a lot of these don't look pretty. And I'm like, so it must not matter. I mean, it matters a little bit what it looks like, but mostly it must be gameplay that's keeping people around.
Yeah, Rec Room is a lot like YouTube in a way where they promote the rooms that keep people engaged for the longest possible. So you'll see rooms like one jump every second do really well, where all you do is stand around and wait for your jump power to get higher, and then you can jump higher and gain rewards. So it's literally just a time farmer, just like making sure people spend as long as possible in the room. And also simplicity in a room really matters, because if your room is like, it's really like good looking, but it's complicated to understand, it's hard for people to get engaged in that, because they just want to be like, they're just going to be like, oh, this is too complicated. I'd rather just play this, where the concept is literally in the title. One jump every second. That's really simple.
Similar to what you're saying with almost keeping the title vague and keeping it almost as wide of an audience as possible, as simple to understand. Yeah. Because you're going to...
as wide as an audience as possible is important. On YouTube, it's more the vagueness part that matters, and on Rec Room, it's more the simplicity part that matters. Like understanding what it is. Except for Confront. Confront doesn't really cater to that, but it makes up for it with the thumbnail. It's really eye-catching.
Really good thumbnail.
Especially, it has my character in it. Now, I can use it because it's a recognizable figure. Like, you can recognize it from the glasses, hat, and mustache. It's a really neat thing that I can do now.
So you've always wanted to do YouTube. Is that kind of your main goal, I guess?
Still the main. It's really YouTube and game development that I really wanted to do since forever. But YouTube was on the priority there.
And it seems like you really, like, you space out your videos. You do them, I mean, what, once a month?
Yeah, so I have this thing where every time I come up with a video idea, it's a really bad mentality, but if it's not perfect, I don't do it. I just can't force myself to do it. Like, if the idea is not perfectly perfect, I will have a bad time recording it for some reason. And I really need to fix that.
I mean, it seems to have worked for you, so I don't know if you really need to fix it.
Yeah, it depends what you mean by worked, because each video does really well, of course. But for example, revenue, I don't make much because I don't upload much. There's also game dev on Rec Room that I do at the same time, so that takes up a lot of the time.
Right.
And there's also just me being lazy that takes up 90% of the time.
Dude, I'm so glad you said that. I'm so lazy, dude. There's so many times where I'm like, oh man, I really should like work on something, and then I'm like, but I kind of want to just chill today. I'm off work. Let me just chill.
Yeah, I'm less like that where I'm like deciding maybe I should do this or maybe I should do that. I'm really just like, if I have the spark to make something, I'll do it. If I don't, I'll just play games all day.
I mean, I guess that's good. You know what works, kind of, from your experience, from what you know. So you're almost like you're waiting. This is gonna sound a little hippie-ish. You're waiting for an idea to like come to you.
Yeah.
From wherever, and then you're like, this one, okay. Do you find that you have a thumbnail in your mind as soon as you have the idea, or sometimes maybe a thumbnail will pop up in your brain, or no?
Yeah, the main part of how I make videos today is I make the thumbnail first, and then I think about the video itself. Okay. Sometimes I don't even think about a concept first. I just make a thumbnail, and I'm like, what can I use this for? Because of how vague everything is now, I could make anything, title it anything, and the video could be like related, but a little different. Not straight up clickbait, of course.
No,
I would relate the thing. It's so vague that I can make just a thumbnail that looks good in my eyes and be like, what could I make with that? What can I record with this?
If you were to give yourself advice, what advice would you give yourself?
That's a hard question, because the way you did certain things got you to this point.
Right.
I'm not sure if I would give myself advice for how to do things better, because I feel like it would have turned out a different way that I wouldn't have liked. But general advice, I would probably give the advice of watch what you say and careful with managing your anger.
We always have a guest add an invention to the invention wall. Hold on, real quick. What's your experience with Rooms 2.0?
Oh, I'm going to start crying. Oh, I'm going to start crying. Worst experience of my life. It's so bad. It's horrendous. Rec Room staff, if you are watching this, I can't see the camera. It's horrible. Fix it, please. It's like, imagine every shape that you would place, your game would stutter for 10 entire seconds. That is the equivalent of working with Rooms 2.0. It's as painful as that. Rooms corrupt, saves corrupt, backups corrupt. Sometimes you get sent to your dorm, no explanation. Sometimes circuits break, sometimes circuits don't. For example, I would click a button.
Yes.
It would output, and then output again, and then output again. I'm not clicking it. Sorry.
Dude, it has so much potential, but it's just so broken.
Yeah, so much potential, but it was released way too early.
They got to get it out. They got to let people test it and break it so that they can figure it out.
Yeah. Speaking of testing, I feel like the QA team for Rec Room has been... I don't mean to be disrespectful. I'm sure they're doing a good job, but like, they release updates where the keyboard in VR is completely broken. How do you manage to do that? Like, surely you would test things like that before releasing an update to like the entire player base.
Is there a QA team?
I'm really curious.
We are the QA team. What do you mean?
Oh yeah. You know what? Yeah, that's a fair point. Where should I put this?
I guess you could put it.
I'm gonna put
up
it
next to Slats or. Well, thank you so much, BearDaBear, for being on the show. I appreciate. I know we talked about this like 6 months ago or something. It was a while. That's what it feels like.
Yeah.
But if the people don't already know, where can they follow you? Where can they find you?
Yeah, you can find me pretty much anywhere Rec Room related. Rec.net at BearDaBear, YouTube at BearDaBear, Discord at BearDaBear, just all of that. Oh, and also BearDaBear.com is a thing. I made that. There's a horse in the bottom left. Click that. Click the horse.
Okay, on your website. Well, again, thank you for being on, and bye everybody. Maybe
subscribe.